the Spanish embassy in India, in a bid to create awareness about gender equality and women's rights, held a special show called Imparables at Instituto Cervantes in New Delhi. Take a look. Imparables or Unstoppable, an ode to women across the world fighting all odds to break the glass ceiling in all spheres of life. Last weekend saw Instituto Cervantes in the national capital come alive. As part of its initiative to promote gender equality and women empowerment, the Spanish embassy organized a roundtable to talk about gender equality and the media. Gabriela Canas, the president of Agencia AFA, a leading Spanish public news agency, flew in from Madrid to participate. She is a journalist, writer and the first woman to head Agencia AFA in Madrid.
Creo que ahora, efectivamente, en los últimos años hemos recuperado mucho tiempo que España perdió, sobre todo durante la dictadura de Franco, después del golpe de Estado del año 36. Y justo cuando España recupera la democracia, fuimos capaces de avanzar hacia la democracia y también avanzar hacia la igualdad de las mujeres. Y ya en yo creo que en el último cuarto del siglo XX fueron 25 años de recuperación de los derechos de las mujeres. En este primer cuarto de siglo, del siglo XXI, ha sido el periodo de la consolidación de esos derechos que volvimos a conseguir. Y además de una manera muy rápida. Yo diría que 2004 es un punto de inflexión importante. Es la primera vez que tenemos un gobierno paritario, uno de los primeros gobiernos paritarios del mundo. La sociedad española estaba también por la labor de seguir esos pasos, quería igualdad también. Las mujeres impulsaron muchísimo todos los cambios.
Megha Sharma, the executive editor at NewsX ITV network, and Dr. Ranjana Kumari, director at the Centre for Social Research, which is the leading women's institution of India, were part of the roundtable as well.
Until a certain point, if there was a quote-unquote crime of passion, if women were being gang-raped, or if women were being killed, or domestic violence, or raped, it did not grab headlines. And there was something similar happening in India as well, even perhaps happens now, because if a woman is gang-raped, if there's domestic violence, it's not news. It's something you read and you move on. But Nirbhaya changed all that. And I know there's criticism in terms of how the electronic media, showcased it, milked it, quote unquote, milked it, because the gruesome details, the gory details were, but it was required at that point of time. Why? Because those pieces of information that we were getting were gut-wrenching. They made you shudder. And the idea was to shake the conscience of the people, to tell them that this has happened. I don't think if that had been done, there would have been this revolution, this movement of people coming onto the streets with candles, with vigils, demanding that justice be given to the girl and her family. So I think while, yes, electronic media is theatrical, it has its dramatic moments, but I definitely think that for Nirbhaya and for that acid attack victim, these details had to be brought out for the common man, for everybody to know that, listen, this happened. Otherwise, it would have again disappeared into the third, fourth pages of the newspapers.
I would like to ask a bit more personal. How was your experiences in terms of role models? Do you think that's changed? Do you think now? I ask you because I think the situation has changed a lot since in the last decades, at least in Spain. There were not many women role models, be it in movies, in books, of course, like Gabriela said, pioneers were not really recognized. They were a bit erased. So now we are going back to painters, scientists. We are trying to promote that from the embassy. We did a small event the other day to promote women and girls in science. It's a date that in Spain has become quite important. and we are trying to do that little bit. So I would like to know your experience when you are younger, but you must have also the idea.
It's important to see how those spaces in social media have been used to target women influencers, women journalists, women parliament members. And it's both. One is that the society as such tries to punish. So a lot of people are sitting and in a very organized way attacking using the social media platforms. And also because of the political issues that we are at the moment going through, a lot of women who do not agree with the government and the dispensation, then how they are being targeted and attacked through the electronic media, using the Twitter space and Facebook, Insta, WhatsApp. And WhatsApp has been used very, very, especially in the Indian context, irresponsibly by organized group of trollers.
The trio spoke about women's rights, fight for gender equality, and how media plays an important role in shaping our society to respect women and put them on an equal footing in all spheres. It was also an occasion to launch a unique photo exhibition, Imparables, to showcase the evolution of women in Spain.
The first one is that it's very difficult for me when we prepare events like this one to talk or to speak about, to tell one word which is proud. I am not very fond of using this word, and all the team in the embassy are very aware of this. And why it's so difficult for me to speaking about proudness, to be proud about the events we prepare? Because in some sort, if we say that we are proud, we are saying that it's enough. And it's not enough. It's not enough. But in this case, I must confess, this is the first time since I arrived to India that I am proud. Not because of the event, but because the substance of the exhibition and the event. So I'm very proud of belonging to a country in which women have taken power, have been struggling for their rights. This is the reason of being proud today. Something which is not very common for me, at least since I arrived to India, because I don't feel these kind of sentiments or nationalistic sentiments about our language, our culture, and all these things. I don't find reasons to be proud of this, but I find many reasons to be proud of women in Spain struggling for the rights and for the right of everyone in Spain.
In Spain, but I invite you to see the exhibition and invite other people here in India, because at the end I think that we have the same problems, women all around the world. And I think it's a model, not a Spanish woman is a model, but it's a model the evolution of women around the world. And for me, it's very important the politics in Spain, the foreign politics in Spain, supporting the feminism, supporting the evolution of women, because it's very important. It's very important to defend other women, not only in our countries, also around the country. For example, in Afghanistan, I know that our government has did a lot of things for support women in Afghanistan, women and their families, in Iran, and in everywhere. And I think we had to do that. And thanks to this ambassador, this embassy, and the government, like the Spanish government now, that is working very hard about that. Thank you.
The exhibition showcased how, with the subversion of democracy and freedom in Spain, women not only suffered tyranny, but they were also legally and socially discriminated against. The civil war of 1936 and dictatorship that lasted until 1975 stunted the very growth and freedom that women enjoyed along with their male counterparts until then.
So it was important for us to have the first president woman of a news agency, EFE, Spanish news agency here in India, to promote this idea of gender equality, which is one of the strongest points in our policy and in our diplomacy in India and throughout the world, because it's a decision of the Spanish government.
The title of the exhibition, Imparables, is both a description of Spain's past and its commitment to the future towards women empowerment. It was part of the European Gender Champions Initiative and conveyed a single and unequivocal message: equality between men and women. Bureau Report, NewsX.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.